I don't have access to this Google form for the rubric.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, but I'm getting an echo.
All right, sorry about the audio feedback. Give me a second, I'll see if I can fix it.
Okay, so it's now being live streamed on YouTube, and the YouTube live stream is like 2 minutes behind the Zoom. It's like a minute behind.
All right, so right now we're just waiting on one more person and then we can begin going over judge logistics. Testing for audio feedback. Oh, Mr. Casey, while you're waiting, you can take a look at the judging Google form, I think. Do you have access to that?
Yes, thanks.
Oh, wait, sorry, give me a moment. I can't hear you.
Yes, I mean, Ashmia's coming here just to double check this.
It says I need permission.
Yeah,
actually.
sorry, give me a second. I think I might have to troubleshoot the audio again a bit. Hello, can you try speaking again?
Hello?
Hello, okay, thank you. We can hear you now. So I think we can start going over judging logistics now. And I'll start with what's on the judge guide. Again, yeah, okay. All right, can everyone hear me okay? Sorry, this mic is off right now.
I can. Thanks.
Can you all hear me? Everyone?
Yes.
All right, so I'll be starting with some judging logistics then. It's just the main change right now is that we've accepted 8 teams, and before we were anticipating about 8 to 10 teams. So you will have more time for the judge Q&A now. You'll have 7 minutes. So hopefully you'll be able to ask all the questions you want to. However, since we do want to stay on schedule, we might have to cut some of you off a little bit early. And please be conscientious of other judges and what questions they want to ask. So make sure you're not monopolizing the time and things like that. Other than that, in-person judges, you can check the rubric to see if everything looks fine. You'll have, for each team you'll be judging, there'll be a header, like you'll write the team number, that's just the order they're going in, and then the team name. You can also fill out your score on the right side of everything. The rubric's in the middle of the table there, so if you want to take one, just reviewing, we'll also be tossing one for each of the teams going. And then online judges, anytime you want to speak, you can just unmute yourself. I think we fixed the audio feedback problem, hopefully. And the link to the Google form for your scoring form, I guess, is in the judge guide. Please let me know if you have any problems. You should see a drop down menu for which team you'll be scoring, and the rubric looks pretty much the same as it does in the document we sent you earlier. It's just in Google form format now. You can also, this applies to both in-person and online judges. You can leave any comments you have in case you don't have time to ask a question. For online judges at the bottom of the rubric, and for in-person judges on the back of the rubric. Okay, sounds good. Does anyone have any questions right now?
I have a question about the rubric.
Yeah, sure.
On the project relevancy, so is that just like absolute number of people, or can we look at that in terms of like TAM, total addressable market?
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, as in like, do we care if every single person on the planet would use the product but only pay like $1 for it? Or would a business where a smaller group of people, but people who would pay way more, like businesses, for example, who would pay like $100,000 per customer, but it might only be 100,000 customers on the planet? Like, yeah, what do we care about more? Like how much money the business can make, or like just the number of people it'll impact?
I think the latter, kind of, but it's not just about how much of a profit it can turn, because there's a lot of products that are aimed towards like more niche groups, but that's necessary since we do need to address minorities. So project relevancy, the way I see it, is just about if it solves an issue or addresses a need in the community that needs addressing, basically. So the product will be useful to someone and it'll make a meaningful impact in some way. Sorry, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
All right. Did you have a question as well?
Can we put that camera over there so they can also see us, and it's like clear which one of us asked the question?
Like behind,
Like here.
we want to make sure that the judges, like the live stream, can captures the participants. That's like our main concern. sorry if that's not what you wanted. But we can also try to move
So we
it.
just put this there then, so it's pointing at the judges.
All right, we can try that. Oh, wait, also, it's not. Oh, wait, so you're saying that you want to have two cameras, so one at the judges and then one that captures the participants maybe?
Yeah, so they know if we're talking.
Yeah, all right, I think that works. And then last minute things. If you want, we can have all the judges. Let me just. Here, so you can have that. Does everyone have the right info? If not, I can provide some. Thank you. All right, that's good. Yeah.
You need that.
I have. Google Form, yeah.
Maybe everything on paper.
Yeah, you can do everything on paper. That's why you provided.
Yeah, I'll show you the study.
All right, sounds good. Also, inclusion judges. if you don't want. If you want, you can have
Is that working?
one.
Maybe easier for us to pass around if they like to be large. Since you can use this.
If you're also do that. But if you.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. So that concludes judging logistics, I believe. So it looks like our teams are filtering in at the moment. Let me see if there's any that haven't come yet. Wait, Nishi, can you check to see which teams are,
Until like the event actually starts.
all right.
So it's already streaming on.
I'll be muting myself until the event starts. So if you have any more questions, you can unmute yourself. I'll still be able to hear you, or you can just send it in the Zoom chat for online judges. Sounds good? All right, thank you. Okay, everyone, it looks like we will be starting right on time, contrary to what we thought with everyone being a little bit late, but that's okay. We forgive you all. So welcome to Hack Illinois 2023 Hack Illinois Shark Tank Workshop. It's also the 10th annual hackathon for Hack Illinois, so we always have to celebrate that. And we're so excited to have all of you here, judges, participants. Thank you for your time, for presenting or giving feedback on Shark Tank, because this can be a very important workshop for a lot of people. They can discover a lot of opportunities, and we're so happy that all of you are here to make that possible. So now we'll be starting with team 1. Can you please come up here to present? All right, so that will be team now. Please come up. And one of you can stand here at the desk. Oh, is it just you? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can just present this way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is the slide?
the slides are over there, so you can just manage it. This way. Here's a mic if you need it.
All right. Well,
Wait, yeah, can you share on the Zoom? Go to,
Go to Zoom over here.
actually, it should be fine since it is seen on the live
Yeah.
stream. So, yeah.
Let me see how.
I don't think everybody's.
Yeah, it's probably kind of blurry.
Sorry about the last minute logistics, everyone. Okay, you can share this, share screen here. Should have screen 2 or
It's that way.
either.
Yeah.
All right, we're starting now. Thank you for your patience, everyone.
all right. Can I start now?
Yeah.
All right. Oops, let me start the slideshow. How do I,
I'm seeing now.
yeah, that's
Just click on this. Yeah. All right, starting now.
Yeah.
You can use your microphone.
yeah. I guess I'll start now. Hi, everyone. My name is Sharia. I'm part of Team NAP, and what our name stands for is Necessities Minus Amenities Pricing. And one of our ideas for this year's hackathon was a concept called solar farms. So I really like maps. My team really likes maps. So we're going to show you some maps to illustrate what we found as a problem every year that happens across the globe. So what do you see here? This might seem a bit familiar to you. I see this every year coming from Chicago down to Urbana-Champaign every winter. This is the photo I took coming here last year. And here's another one. This is empty farmland. And the problem is that every year it gets too cold in the winter for us to sow the winter crop. So that leads to vast acres of empty farmland going completely unused for a large portion of the year. In Illinois alone, if you look at this map, oops, yeah, this is a map of the world winter temperatures, and anything in the greenish to like orangey color over here, so areas from here all the way to the north, are places that you cannot farm in during the winter months. So that goes to, and that reduces the farming season from 160 to 190 days in Illinois alone. So that's a lot of land not being used for a large chunk of the year. And this is just another statistic for you. We use, out of the 149 million kilometers square, which is 29% of the world's land, 71% of that is habitable, and 46% of that is given to agriculture, which is an area of 48 million kilometers square. And for reference, the size of the continental United States is 8 million kilometers square. So that's a lot of land. And a lot of that land is in the colder latitudes that's not being used. And we just had an idea of what if we could make all of that land super useful. So this is a map of global solar irradiance. And this shows the potential for solar panel power production throughout the globe. And you can see areas that are relatively cold actually produce quite a lot of energy compared to areas which were conventionally considered for solar power, like India and the Middle East, or similar to areas like in northern Canada. And this is the last map, and it's the map of electricity prices across the United States. So some areas are pretty cheap, like in this part of Washington, but the majority of areas where there's large population centers, the price of electricity is actually quite high. And we said we could find a really, really nice sweet spot where if we could work out the cost of setting up solar panels during that winter season and subtract that from, and also work out the cost of the energy value produced by those solar panels and subtract that, there is a potential to make a lot of money in that small season for farmers who are not using that land. So in Illinois alone, the cost for setting up solar panels can be from $13,430 to $18,170 without tax write-offs. There are tax benefits given to farmers if they choose to set that up, ranging from almost $5,400. And if we work out the cost of setting up a solar panel in Iowa, I did the number crunching, it comes out to approximately $200,000 a year that they could be making from their solar panel installations, should they use that for the entire year. Now, obviously, we need to subtract the cost of setup from that. And yeah, so we're basically allowing farmers to use this information we provide to see if they can be viable for them to use tax rebates and benefit from lower utility bills in the summer, and also give back to their community. And our product is pretty competitive because there is no alternative that we can find out there. There is lots of scalability because there's a lot of land that can benefit from this. As a lot of the land is in the colder latitudes like Northern Europe, Russia, and the Corn Belt in the USA. And it's pretty relevant because it addresses a massive problem of wanting to use renewable energy and transition from more polluting sources. And we use a lot of databases and statistical number crunching. So that's our use of technology. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
How does this compare to the wind farms that these types of farms actually currently use?
A lot of these farms can't use wind farms, and the way it compares is because solar panels are easy to set up and remove in time for the planting season. The problem with massive wind farms is that they take longer. So we have to take into account the fact that farmers are going to need to remove the solar panels and then plant their crop on top of the same land. And it's easier to do that with solar panels. But there is a room for wind turbines in given locations. It comes down to the number crunching we do based on the databases like the solar atlas. Yeah.
So the reason why traditional farms usually have wind farms instead of solar farms is because the infrastructure that needs to be put in place to get the power off of the farm and onto the grid.
Right.
So how do you overcome the grid issue? Because rural areas that these properties that we're talking about don't actually have infrastructure to connect directly to the grid to transfer the power.
Well, the example I showed you, and can I go back on the slides? This is a farming area in Iowa, and like I said in the presentation, not every location in the world will benefit from this, and what we're trying to do is find the sweet spot where there is a potential for setting up these systems, and that comes into the algorithm where we number crunch. And for example, this location over here is close to a major city that's down here, and it does have the infrastructure. Not every location will have the infrastructure, but the whole point of this tool is that we provide farmers the opportunity by giving them information where this is possible.
So in the first version of this algorithm that you ran, what do the numbers tell you? How much of, say, just the Midwest, say the state of Illinois or state of Iowa, how many acres or hectares is it really feasible to do this instead of just sticking with what they do now, which is like Gabe said?
Pardon?
According to the algorithm right now, how many acres or hectares is actually viable right now, just based on your first version, compared to what they currently use, which is good. Like, where is it really viable?
Right now, the locations that are viable are the Midwest, because that's where a lot of large farms are. And it really comes down to the average size of the farm. So there's a lot of farmers in a given location. The farm sizes are going to be relatively smaller. So it's harder to utilize economies of scale. So particularly in the Midwest and Iowa, where there are large farm owners, that's where it'll be more viable because of economies of scale. But it reduces as you go closer to the coast where there's a lot of smaller size farmers.
The number that you have, 200,000 a year.
Yeah.
The number you have, 200,000 a year is for those.
This was a site in Iowa. It was roughly, I think it does not say over here. It was 15 by 10 kilometers. So that's 150 kilometers square area of land. If you look at this map over here.
You want to convert that to acres.
Sorry, I don't know the conversion from
That's 200,000 not including the cost of install.
not including the cost of installation. So I think this is getting in the way of the last bit. Can I move the Zoom tab? If I move that, yeah. So this is under optimal conditions year round. So we use this calculation was done off the World Solar Atlas, which is a website that collects the global solar irradiance and crunches the numbers for us. And this is if the solar panels were set up year round. So obviously from this number, we would need to subtract the cost of installing the solar panels and then installing them every year.
I think a more practical number would be cost per 600 acres. Including the cost.
Yes, I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question.
Yeah.
Do you have any last questions?
Yeah, I got a question. So how do you imagine this making money? Like what kind of business model would you put into place? Would you do the setups yourselves? Would you yeah, just how do you think about that?
Oh, so there's right now a lot of avenues for this. So we are hoping that we could set up a database that we can lease out to solar panel installers, and we can go up to a lot of big companies that specialize in solar panel installation and say, we have a database which shows you potential customers. And then we can also provide this tool to farmers and then say, if you want to use our service, we can connect you with solar panel providers. And we can connect buyers and suppliers and buyers together using our information database. And we can charge a fee for that. And a lot of other companies, agriculture companies, could also would like to invest in this because it helps in a lot of data systems for using more information for your farms. So you can generate a lot of data for your farms. And then it also helps with economies of scale in that regard. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was team one. Now, let's give her a round of applause. Now, do any of the judges need more time to fill out their rubric, or should we proceed with the next presentation?
People who are submitting online, have you like checked it in on the form?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, we'll give you one more minute, and in the meantime, team two, eat with me. Can you come up to the front, please? Also, you can. But I have one.
Okay.
Is one, are one of you coming over?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yes. All right, is everyone ready to begin? Okay, team two.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Nguyen,
I'm Murtaza.
I'm Tom, and we are four freshmen from Purdue University, and we created Be With Me that helps college students gather instantly for meals. To have music. So, a lot of you guys here are college students or have been through college, so has this ever happened to you? You just left class and you don't have that much time to eat. And so you text all your friends, your group chats, or, contact them however you did. And after 15 or so minutes, you have to go to your dining board and eat, and you end up eating alone. So raise your hand if you've ever had an experience like that. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mike. What if we could go a little bit more like this? You exit class, you open up an app on your phone, you hit one button, and suddenly all your friends get notified that you are now having this meal. Not only that, you can see on your screen all your friends who are currently having meals. So if someone's already having a meal and they have notified you that they want to eat, you can just join them. Instantly, you have a partner. So introducing Eat With Me, a revolutionary app that can help college students gather instantly.
Okay, so the very first is the login page. You can choose your university over there, and you also enter your credentials over there. So with the credentials, we plan on adding them to extra texting apps such as Discord or just regular text later on down the line. So this is our main page. You've got the eat option, you've got the option of where you're going, where your friends are going in team. And you can also see the current notification right on top, where my friend Vincent said he would like to join me. And the next page is the main page of where you decide where you want to go. In the locations, we printed out the locations based on which college campus you have selected at the very beginning. And then you can just select if you want to go with individual friends, all of your friends, and you can just set your preferences that way. And our upcoming feature is the presets, where if you know you're gonna be at one particular dining port every, say, Wednesday, because you have a class right after that, and you know you just have time to go there, you can just click on that one button and we'll save you that way.
So some of our applications will be obviously university scale, but maybe those universities, we can work with local businesses around as well. To make deals with them and get discounts for students. We can also bring in like corporate setting as well. So like college, working with people also very busy. So similar application there, especially in the cities that are today, so you can always make a friend or make sure that you have to be there.
Just for next slide, just click.
So overall, we made our app for 50 people who still want to have social lives. So I hope that this app is going to make college students and those in industry happier and more social. Thank you.
All right, and now we're opening the floor to judge questions.
Hi everyone, I'm interested in learning a little bit more about what makes you better than other products that are using.
So currently, the only other products that are going to be on the market for this kind of thing is general purpose messaging apps such as, I think the closest would be something like Snapchat. But those are general purpose and are designed to, keep you on the app, for messaging or any kind of awareness. This streamlines the process of something that many people do 2-3 times every single day. So, and it makes it a single one-tap thing. And I think that will save a lot of time and be helpful for a lot of people.
So follow to the Snapchat thing.
people use Snapchat, even though it doesn't have a feature built in, is necessarily because all their friends are already on Snapchat as network effects. What would you do to get all students to download your app? Like, why would they download it? What would make them to switch to yours instead of just taking up the private Snapchat so even if it's the same? Let's get it on straight now.
So the good thing about this is that it's not filling the same niche as Snapchat. I think it's something that college students can just download and use only the amount of time that they need to be on it. And then if you want, this can spread one organically on campuses. Oh, you want to eat together? Hey, let me give you my ID and you can add me on Eat with me. You know, like that. Obviously, we would have to do advertising and other marketing for it. But if there's a large population of the campus that uses it, it would be used. It would be much faster to arrange meals.
And adding on to it, so we're in the future, we are planning on adding Discord bots to this so that if you have a Discord group chat already, you or whatever options you select on the app, people in your group chat will also know. Because, like, for example, in our friend group, we basically are asking like where to go for lunch or dinner, like basically every day, and we have a poll, and it becomes inefficient. So with this, we sort of plan on getting a bot which would just streamline everything, and all of us would save a lot of time. And also, we know that it's a fact that social media apps are designed to when we will use them. So for people who are actively trying to stay away from these sort of apps, this is really handy.
Why would I download this app versus using every chat?
The point of this is to try to minimize, it's like you have one big group chat that has this one purpose, and you can ask with one single price. Instead of texting this group chat, that group chat, that group chat, hey, where are we gonna get food today, you know? And we don't even have to text them because everyone will, as soon as they decide to go eat, they let it be known that they're gonna go eat, and then anyone else who wants to eat at the same time, they will show up on their feed. So they have to tap on their feed so that their friend knows that they're gonna come with them.
One more in-person question, and then we're gonna open the floor to the online judges.
Oh, and we can do a live demo right now to anyone.
If it's on your phone, you can just show it.
All right, and if one of you could show it here as well,
Yeah.
if possible, that would be great.
Yeah, if you could demo it here.
Is it possible to put our?
Just like hold your phone
Yeah.
up to the camera.
There's a camera here, guys. Where's the camera?
Just.
Right in front.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, so,
Can you put it up on the,
yeah, can you like pin the main?
Wait, can you just?
This one. Just pin.
oh, you have to stop presenting.
Yeah. Wait, can you just start and then?
Just say stop share. Stop share. Sorry.
Okay, so, this is our app. And, this is the main feed over here. So this will take you to the main, web page, where you can, select any particular dining code. This is, based on the campus that you select at the very beginning. Then you have an option to select your friends. It's all by default, or you can go in and select a particular person if you'd like to invite them. And we also have open the timings where if you would want to go right now or in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. So if I just do eat right now, it will just give a notification to all of my friends currently over there.
Can we get both? Here, so you're on your feed?
Yeah.
Yes, have you logged in?
Actually, me, not logged in.
Yes, so
Yeah, so basically, this thing should give you the notification like right on time. And if I would say wanna join Vincent, I'll just click on that and he'll get a notification on his phone right at the very instant.
yeah. Okay, can we try it one more time? Can we show it?
So,
All right, and click.
oh, it's gone, but you'll see that it does pop up. It says.
Vincent, we don't have much time. Come on.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
So any last questions from any of the judges?
Especially online judges, any last questions?
Same question as the last one. How would you make money?
So one idea is that we could, local businesses that are from, like, in any area, they could pay or like have a partnership program to have their location, kind of advertised when users select the location to eat at. So that's just one use, and then also this ad between. Okay, ads was meant to defeat the purpose, we have ads on the side.
Right. And that will be concluding team 2. Please give them a round of applause. Do any of the judges need any more time for grading? Or are we ready to move on?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so team 3, foodtruck.io, please come up to the front, please. Team 3.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get that set up.
Also, since it's just this class, we can tell us when to switch slides. Good work. No, it's here. Just kidding. Oh. Try. Right. Is this correct?
Is that the first grade? Oh.
All right, well,
Oh, does that mean
okay, yeah, can one of you stay here then?
Yeah. All right. We'll be opening the floor to team 3. So you can begin.
Hello, everyone. We are foodtruck.io, Garden Security. That's right.
That is shit.
And we're trying to work through, the food truck industry. So why do we choose food trucks? So at our campus, those two are our favorite food trucks. And sometimes when we really create classes, we want to, and, we realize sometimes they aren't there in full time. They just are available at certain days. So the food truck industry is really big right now. There's a lot of places to take. Like the trucks right now, as according to that one source. And it's gonna go to 9% in the future.
So right now, the industry for food truck markets is pretty small, at least in comparison to other forms of like food service such as DoorDash, Uber Eats, etc. specifically for food trucks, like being able to find where food trucks are, knowing the hours, just being able to order from food trucks. The current competitors they're not really interactive. Most of these platforms are very either old, so the user interface isn't that great. There aren't really any real-time updates, so as Brittany mentioned, sometimes you might not know where a food truck is, so they might move to a different block, they might not even be open on a certain day, and it's also unintuitive for the vendors to use those applications. And so the idea that we had was to give vendors the opportunity to be more accessible to customers. It would essentially allow web vendors to, if they want to move to different locations, they can do so. They don't need to worry about the customers being able to know where they are, because they can simply, we want to give them an opportunity to just in real time let customers know, here's where I am, here's the menu you can order from, just like a full one-stop shop. And it would essentially like, rather than you having to order from like like DoorDash or Toast, you'd be able to order through this application and you know exactly where you are. So our current plan is to strike as this is the first time we we're planning on using we get orders to the app, we send them to where the different truck is, and then we take out small commission, sort of similar to international.
So I'm going to talk about possibilities to scale. So first off, you can start really small. The funding to get started is very low, which is server costs, hosting costs, etc. And from building it as a platform that connects users with food trucks, you can start with partnering with food trucks, setting up so that they can easily send out real-time notifications to customers, just when they put in their phone number, etc. And then from there, we can go to building our proprietary payment system, maybe switching from using a third party like Toast to start our own, working with local events, catering companies, advertising, building a more comprehensive system for food trucks, just so they can really effectively just connect with the users and that's pretty much all.
I have a couple of questions. So one is about food trucks, like just love the US software that goes into the restaurant business. So first thing, on average, how much do food trucks do? Is the first question. Do you know why they are where they are? Like, you have a chance to talk to somebody who wants to truck. The second is, how do people that go to food trucks learn about food trucks?
Oh, I see. So right now, we're on food trucks, Google Maps, honestly, and just walking around. But one thing that we found on Google Maps, like there's a taco truck, Kansas Town, really underrated, probably one of the best places to get food in town. And it's like completely stuff on every day, like, and then there,
also, it's a case that also if you don't have you're starting out with your trust, you would be able to get additional line. So this would be helpful. Yes, that's sorry, but the whole point of the application is to design the opportunities to be able to move whatever they want without losing out on business and also not having the customers disappointed. Because if they do want, especially like if they see this is in a different block of the street, You would usually just lose customers or lose that area. But with this app, you still maintain the same customer base.
Okay, and then also, for us, we have like a lot of food trucks on campus, and, like, there are a few of them that only go after like the weather, so like, they'll only get out like it's certain time and certain time. And if it's rainy, you'll be there like your lunch, on the day. So for us, we kind of just be like, oh, we have like that, blue cheesesteak truck, and it's only up every so often, like, there's no like, ways to get out on people that are doing that.
So I guess you guys are going to do, I see, okay. So I don't know how to, I work with, these little, my understanding is the part has been for a truck to be placed anywhere, you need a license to like park there and, take up that space and operate business there. So I would be curious to understand, maybe that's something we should think about in the future. What is legislation around where food trucks and things will do that? And the second thing about food trucks being able to directly reach their audience, I think the same question I asked the previous team applies here as well. Like, when those their audiences are already on platform like Instagram, how are you going to compete with them and bringing audience to them? Again, like not going to answer this right now, but I would think about how would you show them that the audience they will get on your app or on your service is more worthwhile to reach out to and what they can tell these guys on social media, which is millions of people.
Okay, thank you.
Is anybody online want to actually do it?
Yeah. Sorry, am I jumping in too early here? I don't know if you had a chance to answer that. I'll wait.
Any last questions? Or
Yeah, I'd like to ask one actually, and that is, and I think you touched on this a bit, but have you spoken with food truck owners and operators, and what sort of feedback have you gotten around whether they would, like to use a service like this, and would be willing to actually sign up and start using it?
So I actually did ask other food trucks just what they use, and most of them just have Google Maps, occasionally Twitter, etc. But then I also spent some time on Reddit, Reddit food trucks, talking, and I'm pretty sure the past like 6 months, it's been kind of consensus to really know active work using that can let food trucks easily update where they are. Easily let users get that information. A lot of them are also stuck on proprietary, just like on the website, either with an app or actually notifications or integration. So it just kind of depends on there's no real app that doesn't let us like easily, or there's some online. Like these colleagues and maybe this and going off of that, using this app also to address your question, it kind of removes or at least reduces the couple or the necessity for using social media, because rather than also being a media manager or being your own social media manager, you can simply just update your location or any updates you want to post or your storefront through the application, and it removes the necessity to be actively on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
Right. Any last questions from anywhere online in person?
all right.
I don't know one last thing there. You mentioned early on in your pitch something about like taking on Toast, or Stripe with your own payments platform. How does that? How do you go from the point of data where you are right now to there? Why does it make sense that this way should go there? You said at the beginning of your pitch about where it could scale to, that you could potentially take on Toast or Stripe, right? Oh, that's the word used for that. Or I think you said, sorry, you said you use Stripe right now, but you said something about like taking on Toast, like scaling the level where you can build a tools like product for food truck, I think it was something you said.
Yeah.
Why does the road, like, given where you are right now, or what you want to achieve right now, how does that road be there in the future? Like, why is that road to be?
I mean, currently the, at least, so you're gonna get to all this to be for us.
Okay, that's time. I'm gonna start collecting the rubrics.
All right. Round of applause for team 3. Great job. Do any of the judges need any more time for grading? No? Okay, so we will be calling up team 4, Net now. And as a reminder, please use the microphone. We are live streaming this, so it'd be great if everyone could hear you. And from now on, when we're calling time, we'll give you 1 finger for 1 minute has passed, 2 for 2 minutes, 3. This is when you should be rounding. All right. So let me pull up your presentation.
That's right. So I want you guys to close your eyes. Just reflect upon yourself. When was the last time you felt very happy while doing something? When was the last time you have made some decision that you are really grateful for? Yeah, so in this fast-paced world, we don't have time to reflect upon ourselves, right? And also, if you focus on the age 8 to 20, to be very honest, we don't have time. We just get lost in the dark phase of life, and so we don't have time to reflect upon ourselves. So that is when why we need to reflect upon ourselves. That's why we came up with this concept of. Yeah, so the current scenario is something like, so we don't have lack of self-awareness, difficulty in decision making, mental health stigma, and also isolation and loneliness. If we move on to World Health Organization report, we could see that 970 million people are also suffering with mental health disorders. Even World Health Organization also taking serious efforts to tackle this mental health issues. And if you go on, we also conducted a survey, like how many people are actually enjoying their life and what were their childhood dreams and what they are currently pursuing. If you see, so it's like only 28% people are actually doing what they really wanted to do from their childhood, but rest of them are stuck in this rat race of life. That is when we wanted to introduce this EmoNet. So EmoNet stands for emotion and so emotion, mindful observations, and network. So using this, we have about 3 important things. The first thing is emotion. We'll give you an innovative platform to record your own emotions, experiences, past life experiences, and memories. But we'll also give good insights about your skill set and with the visual reality experience. Additionally to this mindful observation, user can also get personalized feedback. With the sharing their own emotions with the psychologist and career counselor. And moving on the network, we always care about the conflict-free approach in everyone. So how we are going to do this kind of. So we are focusing on to remove this negative emotion from all the social media. So these are the 3 things we are really focusing on. And so this is our wire framework. So you can see what we are trying to achieve here. So it's a creative memory. And you can also categorize your happy memories, sad memories, getting insights out of your own memories. And the fertility feature, we are still innovating, we are doing customer research too. So this is our current framework. I hope that we will also get it my series. And so this is our wireframe, and one last slide I just want to show you guys. So we are going to, why do we put the yeah, so we have also research saying how it generally helps us to be more better with decision making. And we also use the test like t-test, ANOVA, and regression analysis to figure out how efficient a person is doing using this app. And these are the journals supporting to our client, like why is the journalist actually helping them to move further in their life. So that's all from my side. So everyone like
So I guess, the first question I have is, how is this differentiated from other available platforms? How is this centered on an experience that makes people want to continue to use this? Because, for instance, the other apps that go in this space, they focus more on kind of the, human attachments. So, for instance, that Finch is oriented towards kind of raising this like little bird creature and kind of treat it as Tamagotchi, so people become very invested and involved in the mental well-being and knowledge of that little critter that themselves. So how does this kind of differentiate?
yeah, so as you already mentioned, so we can see that. So we are mainly focusing on the user engagement to what's the motivation behind them to record their emotions, right? That's the primary challenge. And as you said, like, so we mainly focusing on audio journalism kind of thing. So one thing is user engagement. So once you record an emotion, they say, hey, I got money from everyone. I'm just recording that. I come back, I can see my own avatar, actually, hey, I got money from everyone with their own body. So these are additional user engagement that we should have this space. So that might motivate them to keep doing this journaling as a habit. That's one thing we are looking at. This is not in other parts. And also insights. So we are using NLP techniques and other things. I'm a master's computer science student. I'm a deep myself. So we will use NLP techniques and machine learning models to make sense of your audio and give you proper feedback. This is what we spoke about before. So if you ask, like we also, as you said, we also make other apps. So I feel that these kind of insights are not properly provided. So we feel that we give exact insights so that we will be mindful of all these things while taking.
Okay, and then the quick follow-up question is, do you have any information on, how many people, actually care about analytics? That uses Slack? Because I know data is cool and everything, but I'm not sure how many people that use these type of apps actually gain value from that sort of stuff. So can you speak a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So as you said, people who doesn't have what analytics, to be very honest, we help them to mentally stable with the psychology support and getting more stuff because. So we also have an another feature like so they can share with all these information to the psychologist and they can also figure out how even they are that pain or something. Like we obviously go to psychologists, they ask for share the pain of the child. They just want to relieve it. They can export all this emotion and get a proper health support or mental support. People who doesn't have good insights, they can use these features and get benefit out of it. That answers the question. I really from that.
Yeah. Anyone online has questions? Yes.
No one online, no one in person.
Online judges, any final questions? Well, it looks like that's
Yeah,
a wrap for Team 4 EmoNet. Congratulations.
thank you.
Okay, we'll be taking a short break until 1:30.
Jennifer, would you mind tilting the camera slightly to the left? I think at some point recently it was just shifted slightly. So it's
Wait, sorry, which camera do you want shifted?
no problem. The one that shows the projector screen. Right now I'm seeing about 70% of the screen, but not the full thing.
All right.
Thank you.
Please present in front of.
That's perfect. Thank you.
So is he a pleasure here? He may.
Oh, gives us extra time.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. Would you mind unmuting? Sorry.
Sorry about that. We'll be restarting the presentation.
No problem. Thank you.
I got a preview.
You can go back if you just
Okay.
click on.
Oh, there. Sorry about that. All right, well, I'll try it again. We are Lifeline. Let me introduce you to the team. Actually, not we, it's just me. My name is Josh. I'm a freshman here at U of I, and I was the designer, the founder, and the developer for this project. All right, picture this. You're a college student and it's a weekend. You want to go out and have fun and you have a great night. But the next morning, you wake up and realize you're missing your wallet, your identification card, or even your code. And so what's your next course of action? Usually we would go to social media, like Snapchat, post it on a story, post it on your Instagram story, and pray and hope that someone that you're following in your close circle has found it. Unfortunately, this isn't always the best case, and you most of the time will not recover your item. This is where Lifeline comes in. Introducing our app. Lifeline is a centralized lost and found platform for college campuses. What you can do is you can go on the app, create a post, you can add an image of what your item looks like, add some description like the name, the category, which would be a bunch of popular categories like wallets, headphones, IDs, AirPods. Then you add a color, add some description, and then also add potential geolocations where you could have lost the item. From there, your item or your lost item will be posted on the main feed, which other users would be able to view, as well as a map where you can show where your item is on a map view in your relative area. And so what if you find a lost item? Well, you can go on this app and scroll down, sort it by whatever the type of the item is, and see if you can find the person's missing item. So let's say I found a pair of AirPods in Granger. Well, I can go to the map, zoom into Granger, and see if there's any missing AirPods in Granger, and then connect with the owner. So here's like a picture of the map view. And as you can see, there's some tags showing where potential items are. And so how would our verification or our notification system work? So I use SendGrid and Twilio to notify the person who posted the item. So Twilio for SMS notifications and SendGrid for email notifications. And so to further piggyback on this idea, how can I keep the community small and keep it within a college? So I use the SWOT SWOT library to verify EDU and academic emails to ensure that only you can sign up if you are in a college and as well as stay within that college space. So if you're a Stanford student, then your email would be a stanford.edu email, and you would only be able to view a Stanford email. So what is my project built on? Well, I use React for the front end, MongoDB for the back end. I use Cloudinary for image hosting, ExpressJS for the back end, and Twilio for email integration. I also use Google Maps API for the maps. All right, so is this a relevant problem? Yes, this is. There are 20 million college students in the US and over 4,000 potential colleges in the US, which means there's a lot of room for expandability and scalability. And so furthermore on scalability, is the app scalable? Yes, it's very scalable. We can create different clusters for each college. So you have a separate database for each college, as well as the emails. We can just automatically filter it by, separate it by the @ and the edu domain to get what school you are in. So will you guys join me in finding what's lost? Thank you. All right, any questions? Any questions?
How do you plan to make money from this app?
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can go.
Oh, actually,
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead. Yes, we'll move on.
Yeah, the online stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Anyone online?
Yeah, sorry if I jumped in too early there. How do you plan to like make money from this project or app?
Yeah, so monetization is a kind of touchy area. Obviously, you have the ad route, which wouldn't be too intrusive because people are going on it with a necessity to find their lost item. So I don't think putting ads on it would stray too many users away. So that is a potential option for monetization. Does that answer your question? Okay, perfect. We'll move on.
I really like how thoughtful you were
Thank you.
about, verification. There's a safety component that's built in using EE. How would you get people to use it? Obviously, if I lose something, how do you use it? But I mean, what is your onboarding plan?
As in terms of marketing, I think definitely going onto like individual college campuses and spreading it word of mouth. I know there's like apps like Yik Yak, who literally went on and campaigned in person and got people to they traded like cookies, donuts for signups. And once you can get growth is obviously exponential. So once you can get a certain amount of users who know about it, people will start posting lost items. People will start looking at it and matching the lost items, and then it just grows its exponential from there. Yeah, go ahead.
So a follow-up to that, we're constantly using yeah, for the knowledge
Mhm.
really comments, right?
Yeah.
There's some factor that taken there, but something that's drawing there. For your app, I see somebody who's lost their things wanting to download and use it. Why would I download before I can use anything? What do I have to gain from downloading it? And how do you convince that user to download everything? Lost them, right? Why should they see what's based on that?
That's fair. That's very fair. Honestly, yeah, expecting users to download it without even needing to use it is a lot to ask. So I'm not gonna expect that. But on the I know there's a Snapchat story for your year for your university, and I swear every day I see at least 10 posts, people finding items and losing items. And if people are willing to post it on Snapchat, I'm sure they'll be willing to download an app to report it and help them find the item's true owner. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, I guess, what is the range of risks versus the loss of pounds that are in almost every building campus?
Oh, repeat your question.
Yeah, most campus buildings have loss of pounds already in the offices. So what's the range of this?
Okay, so let's say I find a pair of AirPods, for example, in Granger. So what I do, I would go and what you're saying, give it to the front desk. How would the person find out that they lost the AirPods? They wouldn't. So what this app does is you could obviously turn it into the front desk, but you would also report it on the app. So that way the person can find out that they lost AirPods. They might not know where they lost it, but the person, let's say I lost my AirPods at Granger, I could put, and I might have thought I lost it at SIF, Granger, or the Mechie building. I could put those three as potential locations. And so if someone finds the AirPods in the Granger building, they could look at their GeoMap, see, okay, I'm in Granger. Are there any potential lost items in Granger? And then you would be able to match up. So it's kind of extending, just returning it to the front desk, kind of going further. Does that answer your question? Appreciate it. Any other questions?
I have a question. This might be
Yeah.
silly, but what happens if a townie finds an item or loses an item?
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, what happens if someone who is not affiliated with the university finds or loses an item?
That's a great question. And I think that's something that I'll have to sacrifice with the app, because keeping this close circle of only students is, I think, a large component of safety and it's also a good network too, because college students are trying to help other college students out. So I guess if someone were to find the item, they would just have to go the conventional route of turning it into the desk, unfortunately. Any other questions? Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Are all judges done with your
Online judges, do you need any more time to fill out the online Google form, or are we good?
I'm all set. Thanks.
All right, thank you. So now we have team 8, wait, team 7.
Yeah.
Okay, team 7?
Should we just like set up, what is it?
No, it's, we would
You
prefer
shared
if
the
you
share.
could.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sure.
Right, excuse me.
Yeah. Is this the computer? Like, is this a computer?
Yeah.
This is just a monitor.
Yeah.
And also, y'all can also stand over there in front of that camera, and one person manages the slideshow.
I'll say.
So you have 3 of you who go in front. and
I'll
one
start with
person-
I'll stay here with this.
All right.
Oh, no, I have to show the demo.
We're gonna do the lesson.
All right, let us know when you're ready to start.
We'll start right now.
Okay.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do a live demo as I go along the presentation. So put yourselves in the shoes of a busy everyday person. You're in and out of meetings all day long, making influential financial decisions. You find the data necessary to make all those decisions on multiple dashboards, on disparate systems, and which can be quite tedious. So what if we combine all these dashboards, charts, and financial information into a single dashboard? That's why we created Affinity, the ultimate sophisticated personal financial management system with integrated digital assistant in just one centralized location using natural dialogue, and it is designed for any demographic. We bring you an all-encompassing suite of user-centric and institutional-grade financial services designed to elevate your financial journey. With our cutting-edge AI chatbot, you receive personalized insights from stocks and market trends, empowering you to make informed investment decisions. Our virtual wallet, tailored specifically to your spending habits, ensures that your finances are always at your fingertips, ready for any transaction, and tips on spending, risk management, fraud detection, etc., so that you can rest easy, knowing that your financial well-being is in safe hands. Gone are the days of frantically searching for scattered financial data across multiple tabs. Our streamlined process links directly to your bank accounts, providing you with real-time analysis and insights on your financial portfolio. Now I'll take you guys through a brief overview of the pipeline. So we take in user data and we store it in the API. And all the stock portfolio, financial portfolio, spending habits such as what I'm spending most on, your food, vacations, academics, goes into our virtual wallet, which we can see on the website. And through this whole data, we have trained many different models, which can detect anomalies in transactions and credit card fraud. All this data is can be handled by the chatbot. The chatbot additionally has multiple models trained, such as 10-year forwards, and we analyze a tree of different stock over a certain time period and match them with how the stock actually fared. So we have a pretty good idea of if I want to invest in the stock, or if I want to see how the user what confidence the user have in the stock, how they're doing. And with that, with the chatbot itself, I can send all this data to them, where they can track these insights, make a better banking option and credit card strategy. It's all in one financial system. To all the users.
There was one thing that was very clear to me. You started off talking about users being able to better understand the market. But you also spoke about basically provide better products. Who's the target customer? Is this for like consumer side and institutional side?
So we have top if you want to switch to that side.
I think the internet's slow, like the room, so.
No worries.
it basically switch has all the data for the users. And the banks can, we generate a report based off of user spending and what their financial portfolio is. The banks can see what they have been doing in the past, what their habits are. If there's any big anomaly there, like they need to worry about something, and what they're going to do.
So say I'm in for Chase. Say I'm like, my checking account, their debit card, a couple credit cards. They already know what I'm spending. Why would they need more information from you? Then now we have all that data, keys that are process that data. Decide.
We also have information on how you're, like, it's not just your spending, you're also your, like, what you're planning to do with the chatbot itself, your stock portfolio, all that stuff. So we're just providing, yes, the banks know what type of information you're doing. We're just providing snippets of your day-to-day activity to them.
So in that case, why would I possibly want to give my banking card?
So the bank can better options for like some credit cards for here to work problems that we did a problem a lot more. We spend any more on, but
Say you have like day trading on the stock market, the tools you're providing. And that's inherently risky to do. So I don't want my bank to see that I've got my, say, credit limit or not allowing me to increase it. So why would I want to give my bank more information than
I feel like you should be able to choose.
they already have?
You should be able to choose what you want to send to the bank itself. This is like what we're sending right now. It's your daily spending habit. You don't want something to different.
So, one thing on this, can you make a simple statement of how this helps me, individual consumer? What is it helping me talk as the consumer?
So currently, like it's a financial dashboard. So right now, if I wanna, like let's say I use PNC Bank, I wanna see how much I spent on something. I would go on the app. If I have stock portfolio on something else, I would go on there. So the information is dispersed on many different dashboards, and it combines all of them. On top of that, we provide an interactive chatbot, which lets you get a guide to present in relation to your data, in relation to what you're doing, what you should focus on.
So you're saying it gives me general view of my financial situation?
We send all of the data to the chatbot as well. The chatbot is fully aware of what you're doing. Which is not.
So I guess reading that right there, at which point does this go over the line of providing advice as a financial advisor, which is illegal unless you're registered training? I would think that saying that investing in Apple stock is a good idea could be considered financial advice.
Every financial model, even if you talk about the biggest large language models currently, there are kinds of classifiers and restrictions on top of it. No model is perfect, but we also try to put basic classifications as it might be risky and stuff like that. That's just how the NLP research is going on, and I do think over the day we can put more classifiers.
Yeah, so I mean, sure, having that important to do your research and whatnot, but at some point it could be the case that we, at least FCC, or blinking on the acronym, has what is it? Classify 3 emojis as being financial advice. So, I mean, at some point you could still cross line using the qualifiers.
The input is very nice.
Well, I think the point he's making is even emojis have been classified as like something you can't use because it's financial advice. You're gonna write a full paragraph that tells me to probably buy Apple stock because it might be a good idea. You're going well over the line of emoji.
I think it depends on like how strong the restrictions are going to make it in the future. But currently we just have limited time restrictions in the future.
Yes. I have one more question. Actually, does anybody online want to go? We'll just jump in. So this dashboard for a user of the financials is saying you've got Amazon here. Is this about Amazon stock that I'm holding or about Amazon in general? Stock is the market. Stock okay. And with segment analysis, should buy it or should buy it or
So what the segment analysis is doing is looking at the 10K forms for each other government quantity and also looking at individual segment over the billions and billions of tweets you have. And it's analyzing, converting that, looking at what the user's confidence, or like general population's confidence is, and performance confidence is, and the stock. And we categorize it from the rate of negative max 5, 0 to -5 being negative, 5 being positive. And based off of that, we're giving what the user confidence is in the stock right now.
So do you have confidence that measure can like correlate to success in the stock
We have
market?
87% success, 87% correlation of user tweets and technically related to the actual stock now and how it fluctuated.
So if you have 87% success rate with that, why don't you just invest money yourself? Like why give me that information? Like for a discounted pricing, you could just put together a fund of $3 million and just keep essentially doubling every day.
And that's what quants every day are trying to do, right? They're trying to make different models.
Right, so like, my question, if your analysis is just fun, why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? What is it?
Quants analysts, quants have in their data frames, they have more parameters they have to look at. Our parameters only focus on input tweets and different sentiment analysis. I don't think quants fully rely on sentiment analysis as well. And anytime correlation is specific to the 80-20 split of data we did for the Canadian security companies. So only creates a limited data. And if you want to get a full range of data, you have to train it all. So there are limitations in the training.
Wait, is everyone done using the blueprint? Okay.
Yeah, okay. So now we have team 8, Reichner. Yeah, I can do it. Okay, sorry. I'll do it. The monitor is really good. You can present in front when you're there. If it's just a slideshow, you can tell us when you want us to go to next. If you
Yeah, I'll do the do you get next?
no, sorry.
We can next year on this.
And you know, like,
Here, you want to use this?
yeah, oh, right.
Very cool. We're gonna get your-
Oh, wait, I'm not sure. Screen. Oh, sorry, the monitor.
Okay.
Taking a very long time. What tabs? All right, thank you for your patience, everyone.
All right. Hello, everybody. We would like to introduce to you Ripener, creating access to jobs and freelancing opportunities through open source. You have to click it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my name is Malcolm Day.
My name is Abukar.
And our fearless leader, Clark the Plantain, cannot join us today, but We hope to present this to the best of our ability without him. Now, I bet you find this interesting. Computer science is usually marketed as a major where you're guaranteed a job after you graduate. Yet almost half of computer science graduates are not using their major in their entry-level job. 26% of computer science graduates consider themselves underemployed, meaning that they either don't get paid enough or they're not utilizing their skills enough. Furthermore, when we get into computer science students, about half of them are not even pursuing internship, not even including the students who get an internship or try to get an internship and didn't get it. And the unemployment rate for computer science students is about 50% higher than the national average for everything.
Yeah, two reasons why this is happening right now is because we have students who need to sharpen their skills and like work on real projects, and experience is a requirement even for entry roles. I'll pass it on back to my colleague.
So, how can we bridge the gap between experience and opportunities?
Well, I
Go back one.
Yeah, how about that?
Yes,
You can press the back key to go back.
there we go. We went too much. Perfect. Open source.
Yep.
So open source is some property, not property, publicly available software that anybody has the power to edit and view. And it's very useful because it's transparent, it has a lot of knowledge sharing, and it's a staple in solid community.
Yeah, open source is super impactful in our society today. Most of the world uses it. I don't know if you guys remember in 2016 when like half of the internet broke because of a break in like the NPM package. Someone removed the package. Yeah.
So we talked about how open source impacts the world. How do you impact individuals? It helps you build a personal portfolio. You develop technical skills. You gain networking opportunities to industry professionals, and you get recognition and visibility for the projects that you do instead of sitting in your data on your phone. You can also do this and this and all this. But we don't have time to get into that. So solar panels, we showed our hands a bit early. That's fine. Solar panels, how many people students are part of social board? So keep your hands up if you ever made a pull request to the open source. So 84% of students have never contributed to open source. But we talked about why it's so good. Why do you think that is?
Why do I think it is? Well, it's hard to contribute because of all the unknowns when it comes to working on a project that you don't have any experience with. It's hard to find the right project to work in. It's hard to build up the confidence to work with external people you've never met before. And there's actually no structure right now when it comes to contributing to a project. There's no pathway from 0 to 1.
I think you might have the time.
Yeah. Anyways, finally our product right there, and we're basically here to solve those problems. I guess we would use the questioning to answer how we solve the problems of open source. You guys can probably just okay. All right, cool. Well, with without RightLearn, we have all the steps that you have to take. I won't go through them, but with RightLearn, this is the path that you take. You join our platform, get matched to projects that best match your skills, get assigned your first issue through that, and the AI will make sure your pull request and everything is in order before you submit them. And then when you're done with your submissions and you're done with your pull request and it's all done and dusted, your resume gets auto-updated and all the impacts that you bring to whatever community that you work on, gets shown on your resume right as you finish. Pass it back to Kunde.
So our heavily target audience is a multi-sided marketing. First one is for users who want to get right into computer science, students, spiritual listeners, et cetera, et cetera. And then right in for conferences, recruiters, organizations looking for freelancers and open source companies. So we estimate the market size to be about 130 billion by 2028, and this number is pulled from the estimated freelance market. We're taking a piece out of it only for technical freelancers themselves, and we have about 100 billion size of the rest of the market.
Our business model, so this is the one, phase one of business model, feel free to ask us about what phase two would be, but where phase one will be targeted ads, recruiters, weekly payments, and selling analytics around local investor engineers to do reward work. So in fact, we estimate about 1.3 billion revenue within the first 2 years, based upon subscription models for recruiters. And this is what we have our competitors say. So here we have there's so many out there, right? But most of them are only like one time a year and some are coded, right? And it's a nonprofit, meaning like sometimes it's not maintaining, people not incentivized to maintain. But just go to the next one. So for the ones that are year round all the time, right? How would we differ from them? So there's ones that make contribute each year, like Merge By, and there's things that many people easily contribute. Like on the top right, there's a lot of lists that have open source projects that they contribute to. But the only ones really close to us is University Clubs, which only 60% of universities have. And OBO, which makes your portfolio building easier. However, it doesn't provide access to opportunities for recruiters. That's where Brightburner has a very position in the market.
Yeah, the technologies used to build this React on the front end, Python on the back end with OpenAI, TensorFlow, and web scraping. We can go into how this was built through the question.
And yeah, we have like appendixes of the works we need for questions. Yeah.
So what is the benefit of the AI improving the request when that's the essential part of improving your skills as an engineer?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it wouldn't take away the learning opportunity. It would basically remove the back and forth that goes on when talking about how your pull request should be structured. There would still be that contextual feedback from your reviewer through your pull request, and you would still be learning. That whole learning process will still happen, but then you wouldn't have to go back and forth on, oh, this should be placed like this, or your question should be worded this way, or whatever problem you're solving should be. Yeah, all of that can be fixed through AI.
Any other questions? Online judges? Okay.
Just quick, for more context, we decided to work on this problem because we both had like big issues finding internships, and it gets really hard. And I guess like no one really explained that working on, well, people say working on open source is kind of your way like to gain experience without like doing your internship, but there's no structure on how to get into that and start working on this. Is after 24 plus hours of investigation that we found that structure, and not everyone has that time to investigate.
Awesome.
Thank you. Are all the judges done with the rubric? Okay.
Last call for team 5, Stat 107 gang, last call. Well, I believe that concludes our Shark Tank workshop. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming, presenting, and doing the workshop. And judges, if you could stay behind for maybe 5 minutes, we have some last minute or just a final check-in with all of you, if you don't mind. And everyone else, feel free to filter out, think about all the great projects you witnessed today, be inspired on your future entrepreneurship related endeavors. Thank you so much, everyone. We can, wait, we can stop.
Yeah.
Can you?